Good morning. I'm Katie Sampson. Thanks so much for joining us here on Facebook Live. We appreciate it. Hoping you're having a wonderful start to your Monday. We just got off the set of Good Day Maine, and we are talking about basically a crisis. Some people are calling it a shortage of nurses. And so we are talking with Maine Health this morning about how important it is to address this and what it looks like at Maine Health. I am bringing on our guests right now. We have Ellen Leone, and we have Star Whitcomb. Good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good
Good
morning, Katie.
morning, Katie.
So, Ellen, let's start by talking a little bit about what we just talked about on the air, but bringing it now onto this different platform. How when did you kind of see that this was going to happen, and what does the shortage kind of look like, and how does it impact you?
So the shortage was predicted a long time ago, the shortage of 2020. And then when the pandemic hit, it was kind of a collision course with that long predicted shortage. And that the original shortage was predicted for that time because baby boomers were due to start retiring out of nursing. And then when the pandemic first started, there was so much uncertainty that we saw nurses retiring even earlier. We saw younger mothers that were nursing retiring sometimes to take care of their children as children were bounced out of school and back home. And we also found some issues in our nursing programs where nursing students weren't able to complete their clinicals and graduate from nursing. So all of that really compounded the original issue.
And can you talk about some of the opportunities available for people who might be interested in this path?
Sure. We have many opportunities in nursing at Maine Health. We have new to practice opportunities where nurses come and work for us right out of nursing school, and they're supported through a nurse residency program. We certainly always welcome experienced nurses. We really want to have a balance between experienced and new to practice nurses. And we often are now welcoming back former retirees who want to come back to nursing. It's such a rewarding profession.
And how long does it take for someone who has no clinical experience to become a nurse?
Well, there's several ways you can go into nursing. You can, and I went into a nursing program, initially a 4-year program, but now we offer many programs that are associate degree programs in nursing through our community college system. It's quite affordable. That's approximately a 2-year degree. Many times people that go into nursing start out as CNAs, and at Maine Health, we have a wonderful CNA apprenticeship program, which is a work study program where you actually earn while you learn. And this is offered at many sites, including ours up in the Mid-Coast area as well.
And Star, tell us about your experience.
Yeah, I'm just one of the many who, progress our my profession in Maine Health System. I started in 2007 as a CNA unit secretary on the night shift. I have always have a passion to become a nurse. I came from the Philippines, and it wasn't really conducive for me financially becoming a nurse in the Philippines. So when I came and joined Maine Health, um, unit secretary and a CNA, I felt like, yes, this is still the passion and this is still the pathway that I want to go forward in the future, taking care of the patient. I feel like I can do better still as a CNA. There's nothing wrong with what I did. But then, I said, and then I went to University of Maine at Augusta, and every single of my tuition was reimbursed by Maine Health. And, in a way that makes it easier, there was a requirement, obviously, to have a good grades, B plus or above. That's really always necessary with any scholarship program anyway. But yeah, it's been great. And I've got my nursing license since 2014.
And what was the pandemic like for you, Star? I mean, obviously a very challenging time for so many.
Yes, it was hard, and I think we all came together at Waldo County. It is a small hospital, but I believe we all came together. We were each other's strength. We check out on each other. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Is life balance at home is okay? And I'm pretty much blessed to be able to work with my nurse manager, my director at Waldo. Very, very supportive, easy to talk to, easy to approach. You can share to them clinical things that's happening or personal things that's happening. I think that was important during the pandemic, because we were the only one there for a while. There would feel like the clinical nursing We're the only ones in the working, and taking all the challenges, day-to-day changes. So yeah, that was very, very supportive environment.
Yeah, incredible. Just the work and I guess one thing that could come out of the pandemic was just putting a spotlight on all of the hard work that nurses do every single day, pandemic or not. And Ellen, we've been talking about the opportunities for new nurses, with no experience. But what about those with experience, and how does Maine Health kind of stand out with opportunities on that front?
Well, because we offer so many different practice settings, you can come in your original specialty, but we also welcome nurses who want to learn a different specialty and work in a variety of different areas. We have 9 hospitals within the system itself, and then we have a partnership with Spring Harbor Hospital if your background is behavioral health. We also have a number of nurses who work in our home health agency, hospice, as well as our physician office practices. And so really, there's no end to the possibilities of learning and growing and staying within this system.
And can you talk a little bit more about the residency program?
Sure. So our new to practice nurses all are entered into a nurse residency program, and this is offered throughout Maine Health. This is a year-long supportive program where they come together on approximately 1 to 2 times a month to have classes. And then they also utilize that time for support for each other, because it is a bit of reality shock when you come out of nursing school caring for a couple of patients, and all of a sudden you're in a busy unit and taking care of a lot of different patients, working on different shifts, et cetera. But this is an opportunity in a safe environment to come together and really share those experiences with one another.
And you both work in a bit of a more rural setting. Can you talk about what that's like and maybe some of the pros and cons that come with that?
Sure. Well, one of the reasons why I enjoy working where I do is that it's community based. We're in the Mid Coast area at Penn Bay and Waldo, and I'm so impressed by the nurses who work there, their commitment to the community. Many were born and raised there. Some of the nurses are multi-generational that work in our facilities. I would say that we see pretty much everything that you do in a large tertiary care hospital. The difference is we have a very small team, and so we have to work very closely together to get through some challenging times and to get patients oftentimes transported to our large tertiary care center here in Portland.
And what are your thoughts, Star?
My experience personally is that the fundamentals in nursing is still going to be the same. There is taking care of the patient, their well-being, advocating for the patient's safety. So whether or not you work in a small or big hospital, there is that passion that you are going to help that patient, what they are there for, what they came in for. And so I think I have to remember and remind myself that I am still making a difference in taking care of this particular patient, taking care of not only for this patient, but their family as well, who are vulnerable in the time that they came to the hospital, needing help, needing immediate care because in an acute healthcare crisis. So that's really what I remind myself. I remind the team as well that I work with on MSU.
Mm-hmm. And Ellen, why would you just encourage people to explore this, as a potential employment opportunity?
Well, Katie, I've been a nurse 43 years. Proud to say that. I can't imagine doing anything else with my career. It's such meaningful work. And as Star said, we take care of not just the patient, but we support families through some pretty amazing periods of their life, coming into the world, sometimes going out of the world, et cetera. It is such a rewarding profession. And in our setting, we foster people speaking up on behalf of safety and on behalf of the patient. We have a live and well shared governance model where nurses really have a say over their practice environment and over also the way they want to be treated. And we work on projects like how do we welcome new nurses to our organization so that they feel welcome and supported. So it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah. What would you say, Star, is the most rewarding part of the job for you?
My journey as a nurse on MSU has really been supportive all the way since I got my license in 2014. And then 2 years later, my manager told me, you're going to take on the role as a charge nurse. So a charge nurse is not a manager. A charge nurse is a person who pretty much make that shift or is an overlooker on that particular shift. She takes a look at and talks to the house supervisor, the discharge, the bed management, discharge and admissions process and stuff. So for me, that was kind of big role. And I was questioning myself. I was sure I am ready for it. And they have that belief that, yes, you can do it. I've been doing it for a while now. We have a very interactive group. We meet every Friday. Ellen, you've been in that group when we had that meeting. And I felt like it's really an open area where it's a safe place where you can speak your mind with regards to what happened and what will happen next, and all in the goal of delivering patient care, safe patient care. And I believe that is important. You have a manager that supports you. You have Ellen the whole time checking in on us. So I believe that is a best place, that it fosters safe care and safe place to work, that, oh yeah, I am valued. My opinion is valued in this place.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's encouragement for growth and there's opportunity for growth too, which is huge. Awesome. Any other final thoughts on where people can find out more and where they may want to get started if they're interested?
Well, I just would like to say that if you've thought about nursing but really weren't sure how to get started, we're happy to talk to you anytime. That's one of the most rewarding things for me, is to talk to people who want to go into nursing or to talk to nurses about advancing their career. It's very rewarding as a chief nursing officer to foster that development.
Awesome. And what's the best way for them to get that started and have that conversation?
They can go to our website, mainehealth.org/join the team, and you can actually find any of our facilities, and you can look up any of us and reach out to us directly. Happy to take any questions at any time.
Sounds great. Thank you both so much for coming on the show and talking with us more about this. And hopefully we can send some folks your way and get you some more nurses.
Thank you, Katie.
All right.
Thank you.